Chosen one, if you almost skip this, pause, because the hesitation you felt wasn't random. This message reached you at a moment arranged long before you pressed play. Nothing about this is random, and nothing about you being here is by chance. If something inside you feels slightly unsettled right now, that's not fear, it's recognition. The part of you that wants to scroll already knows this message is touching something real. What is unfolding right now is deliberate, a divine sequence moving quietly but powerfully behind the scenes, ready to redirect the course of your life. God has seen you in the spaces where you stood alone, carrying strength with grace, remaining loyal even when your value felt invisible. You walked through seasons of isolation not because you were lacking, but because the kind of connection meant for you could never be hurried or forced. You were not abandoned, you were safeguarded. You were not overlooked, you were set apart. And now it's time to listen closely. God is arranging an encounter, bringing someone into your life with intention and precision. This is not a fleeting connection. This is a soulmate, a destiny-linked partner, someone aligned with your purpose. They carry abundance, not only in material provision, but in wisdom, emotional depth, and spiritual grounding. This person will not see you as competition. They will recognize you as home. They will support your growth, guard your heart, and invest in the vision God placed inside you. Their presence will move you into unfamiliar territory, not just geographically, but emotionally and spiritually, into a level of peace and expansion you have never experienced before. Go deeper with this. This message is not meant for the masses. It is meant for those who are chosen to remain, to listen all the way through, to feel the resonance rather than question it. If you stay, you'll begin to sense something shifting. Understanding will sharpen, confirmation will surface, and what has been hidden within this word will slowly begin to unlock. This is not information. This is revelation, and revelation reveals itself layer by layer. Return to this message whenever your spirit is drawn back. Each time, something new will rise to the surface, because this word has been planted like a seed. As you continue to hold it with faith, it will move toward fulfillment. Your wealthy soulmate is not merely approaching. They are being formed, just as you have been, in perfect alignment and divine timing. That subtle discomfort isn't resistance, it's your spirit realizing something here matters. Chapter 1 begins here, and it starts with the truth that the season you walked through alone was never empty or accidental. There were long stretches where silence felt heavier than celebration, where you watched others announce engagements, promotions, and milestones, while you quietly wondered if your life was on pause. You were off stage while the spotlight seemed fixed on everyone else. Behind closed doors, you were grieving what hadn't arrived yet, growing in ways no one applauded, and fighting battles no one could see. You weren't building with visible tools, but with belief. You weren't surrounded by crowds, but you were held by God. And that changed everything. This was never punishment. It was preparation. God deliberately led you into separation, not because you were undeserving of connection, but because your soul needed cleansing from every voice that whispered you were not enough. He was reshaping how you saw yourself, how you understood others, and how you trusted Him. In that quiet place, distractions lost their grip, the noise softened, and who you truly are began to surface. Solitude sharpened your inner vision. You learned to notice what lived between the words, to sense what energy entered a room before anyone spoke, to recognize truth even when it was hidden beneath charm. You felt the weight of presence, God's presence, and your own, and you discovered peace beyond circumstances. Not the fragile peace that depends on everything going right, but the steady peace that comes from being aligned on the inside. You stopped chasing doors that never had your name on them. You released connections that were fascinated by your potential, but uncomfortable with your process. Surface-level bonds stopped satisfying you. You began to desire depth, honesty, and alignment at the soul level. You learned that walking alone in truth is lighter than standing in rooms that slowly drain you. That season of isolation became heaven's classroom. You were trained to recognize what isn't real, not only in people, but in opportunities, beliefs, and systems that look promising but carry a hidden cost. The version of you from before might have accepted a smile that masked manipulation, a compliment that concealed control, or an opportunity that glittered but demanded pieces of your integrity. But you have changed. Your sight is clearer now. Your intuition is sharper. Your discernment is alive. God separated you to refine you, to make you whole, to teach you what genuine love feels like by first anchoring you in His. He showed you joy that could exist even when finances were tight or nights felt long, so your life would no longer be driven by approval, but by purpose. And now you stand different, not just healed, but aware, not just surviving, but grounded, not just waiting, but ready. You are prepared to walk beside someone who doesn't only admire your light, but respects the fire that forged it. You are ready to build with someone who honors your tenderness and never belittles your strength. Without realizing it, you became the person your younger self once prayed to be. And now, heaven is arranging alignment with someone who has been shaped in their own way, through their own fire. What you thought was isolation was actually incubation, and the season of hiding is giving way to a moment of unveiling. Chapter 2 unfolds with clarity, because now you can see what you couldn't before. You've lived long enough to recognize the gap between what looks good and what actually is good. You've crossed paths with people who mastered appearances but lacked depth, who spoke beautifully yet carried confusion beneath the surface. You've experienced charm without consistency, generosity without sincerity, promises that evaporated when commitment was required. None of that was random. It wasn't failure. It was refinement. Each disappointment sharpened your ability to discern truth, stretching your capacity to recognize substance when it finally appears. And now, God is aligning you with someone shaped by both blessing and burning. This person has known favor, but they've also known fire. They've walked through pruning seasons, wilderness moments, and lonely roads that stripped away ego and strengthened character. They don't just carry resources, they carry maturity. Their wealth goes far beyond what can be counted. It lives in their discernment, their emotional steadiness, their grounded sense of purpose. What they have financially is only a tool. Who they are spiritually is the true treasure. They've built without noise. They've grown without applause. They've learned how to fight battles on their knees and how to walk away from crowds to stay close to God. When they enter your life, their presence won't stir anxiety or confusion. It will bring calm. Their energy won't demand or rush. It will settle and affirm. They are not arriving to impress you or overpower you. They are coming to stand with you, to align with your calling, to move forward together in shared purpose and promise. They understand sacrifice because they've practiced it. They've turned down distractions others chased. They've endured solitude until timing aligned their steps with yours. And when you meet, there will be recognition without explanation. Your spirits will know each other before words catch up. They come without ego, but with empathy. Without empty declarations, but with lived truth. Your strength will not intimidate them. It will feel familiar. Your light will not threaten them. They will help you protect it and expand it. What they give will come from overflow, not obligation. They understand that love is not just emotion, but function, alignment, and responsibility. They will not waste your time or play with your heart because they've already healed their past and made peace with who they were. They are present, not fragmented. You will never need to shrink to be chosen by them. You will never need to explain why you guard your peace or protect your energy. They will understand instinctively because they learned the same lessons the hard way. They've fought unseen battles and will recognize the warrior in you immediately. Their financial abundance is not the focus, but it is intentional. It is a tool God has entrusted to fund vision, support mission, and open doors that limitation once tried to seal shut. They steward what they have with wisdom, not control. You are not being sent someone to save you. You already belong to God. You are being sent a partner, a builder, an equal in the kingdom. Someone who doesn't just keep up with your pace, but aligns with your purpose. Together, you won't simply create a comfortable life. You will establish something that lasts. This isn't just romance unfolding. This is assignment continuing. Heaven has been precise with timing. Now that you are aligned and matured, you are ready for a love that multiplies impact and magnifies mission. This moment was not rushed. It was scheduled. And it is arriving exactly on time. Chapter 3 unfolds with a truth that has already been stirring inside you, even if you haven't fully named it yet. There comes a moment in the life of every chosen one when God gently but firmly says, "You cannot remain here." Not because where you are is wrong or harmful, but because it has reached its limit with you. What once supported your growth now restricts it. The ground that once nourished you no longer has the depth to hold your expanding roots. And so the unease begins quietly, a restlessness you can't explain, a pull during prayer, a subtle resistance to what used to feel safe and familiar. At first, you try to reason it away, but eventually it becomes impossible to ignore. God is calling you to move. This is not just about changing locations. This is divine repositioning. Heaven is adjusting your external environment to match the elevation that has already taken place within you. The place you are in may have witnessed your becoming, but it cannot contain who you are stepping into next. You were never meant to stay in a space that dulls your creativity, weakens your fire, or keeps you confined to a smaller version of yourself. This relocation may involve geography, but it also reaches deeper. It is a shift in atmosphere, a release of outdated mindsets, a departure from environments that have expired, attachments that drain, and limits that were never meant to define you. God is drawing you into new territory, not only to bless you, but to position you for impact. The one entering your life may be part of this transition, a divinely placed bridge carrying vision and provision together. They arrive equipped, intentional, and aligned, not by chance, but by appointment. Still, whether the move unfolds through a relationship, a career change, a sudden opening, or a quiet inner instruction, trust that it is God's hand guiding it. Nothing about this is accidental. Yes, it may stretch you. Yes, there may be grief for what you are leaving behind. But remember, Abraham had to step away from the familiar before nations could be born through him. Joseph had to be repositioned before authority was entrusted to him. Ruth had to cross into unfamiliar land before her destiny unfolded. And like them, you are being drawn towards something far greater than what you release. What awaits you is not simply a new backdrop. It is a new season, an elevation of assignment, a divine expansion. Doors are opening into spaces where your spirit can breathe, where your gifts can move freely, where your voice will be heard and received in rooms prepared specifically for your anointing. This is not instability. This is holy movement. Heaven is shifting your coordinates because who you are becoming can no longer be held by where you've been. You are not being uprooted to wander. You are being replanted to flourish. The ground ahead is fertile. The air will feel different. You will breathe easier, dream wider, love more freely, build with renewed faith. The land may feel unfamiliar at first, but your spirit will recognize it immediately because this place has already been written into your story, marked by divine intention and prepared with you in mind. Chapter 4 reveals what has been quietly forming all along, that this next movement in your life goes far beyond romance. This is about alignment at the level of destiny. God is not simply arranging affection. He is weaving purpose into purpose, bringing together two lives that have each been shaped by fire, refined through pain, and preserved through obedience until the precise moment heaven marked as ready. The one coming into your life is not only meant to love you, but to comprehend the weight you carry, the call that rests on your shoulders, the responsibility that comes with who you are becoming. This connection is rooted in assignment before emotion, in mission before attachment. You were never designed to simply settle into comfort or build something small. You were formed to establish legacy. And for a legacy to stand, God sends someone who has walked their own road of healing, self-discovery, surrender, and preparation. This person understands that love aligned with divine purpose can move far more than hearts. It can shift atmospheres, open territories, and change the trajectory of generations. They know what it feels like to be misunderstood, to be overlooked while carrying more than people could see, to pray through seasons where answers were delayed and clarity felt distant. They have learned how to trust God when the blueprint was incomplete, how to keep moving when affirmation was absent. They carry vision, they carry spiritual authority, they carry anointing refined by obedience. And now God is drawing the two of you together, not to diminish what you carry, but to multiply it. Together, your steps will be ordered, your direction guided by heaven itself. This union is not driven by ego or performance, but by edification and service. You will never need to reduce your strength to protect their confidence, and they will never retreat when your light shines brighter. Instead, they will shine alongside you. They will take their place next to you, not behind you, proud to build together in purpose, and you will honor them not only as someone you love, but as a true partner in destiny, a co-builder entrusted with what God is releasing through both of you. Together, you will establish work that carries impact, spaces that bring healing, homes filled with prayer, and foundations rooted in wisdom. You will speak life over each other in seasons of warfare. You will cover one another before every decision, every launch, every step that requires faith. You will remind each other that the kingdom comes first, and that everything you build must reflect God's glory, His grace, and His truth. What you create together will be formed in the Spirit before it ever appears in the natural. This person will never compete with your calling. They will strengthen it. They will not feel threatened by your influence. They will guard it. They will not see your vision as excessive or unrealistic. They will recognize it as blessed, because they too know the cost of birthing something significant. They have been praying for someone who could hold both the beauty and the burden that comes with greatness. And together, you will leave an imprint that extends beyond your lifetime. This is what it looks like when purpose meets purpose, when two anointings collide and ignite like flame to flint, shifting environments, freeing others, and awakening hope. People will sense something sacred when they see you together, not just chemistry, but calling, not just affection, but assignment. Your union will stand as evidence of divine timing, a living reminder to others that waiting for alignment is never wasted. This is not merely a chapter of companionship. This is the launch of something generational, a spiritual legacy heaven itself has approved. Chapter 5 carries a promise your spirit has been craving. This connection will not require effort born from fear. When God authors a love story, it arrives with a peace that feels unfamiliar at first because you're used to tension. It doesn't keep you awake replaying conversations. It doesn't leave you questioning where you stand. It doesn't twist your emotions into knots. What comes from God moves with ease. It settles naturally. It aligns without force. One confirmation follows another until your heart stops bracing for impact. You won't need to audition for affection or shapeshift to be understood. You won't need to fight for visibility. When the right person steps into your life, they will receive you fully because God has already introduced you to their spirit long before the first conversation happens. This connection will not arrive wrapped in chaos or uncertainty. It won't feel like walking on unstable ground. It won't drain you or make you wonder if you are asking for too much. Instead, it will bring clarity, a quiet assurance, a calm that reaches places previous storms couldn't touch. You will not find yourself chasing or proving your worth. You will not need to convince them to stay or to see what God placed inside you. They will recognize your essence before they know your backstory. They will sense God's hand on your life even before you share your testimony. This is not attraction built on surface preferences or shared routines. This is intentional design, a connection written by the Creator, shaped beyond human calculation. There will be balance, not pressure, intention, not exhaustion, growth that feels supported, not forced. You will feel safe, not only in body, but in heart, spirit, and energy. Your boundaries will be understood, not challenged. Your sensitivity will be honored, not dismissed. Your healing will be respected, not rushed. And that's because they, too, have walked a path of restoration. They know what it means to do the inner work. They will ask questions that go beneath the surface. They will want to know who you are becoming, not just where you've been. And when you speak, they will listen with presence, not defensiveness. You will learn how to pray together without performance, to heal without hiding, to laugh without guarding, to grow without fear, to love without losing yourself. Together, you will build what neither of you could have sustained alone. The relationship God brings into your life will never demand that you trade your peace for partnership. It will never require you to dim your light so someone else feels secure. It will not confuse intensity with intimacy or chaos with passion. It will be gentle. It will be holy. It will feel unmistakably right. And even if it carries you far from what you know, even if it asks you to rebuild, relocate, or release what once felt comfortable, it will still feel like home. Because home is not always a physical place. Home is alignment. Home is peace wrapped in the presence of another soul, and you will recognize it instantly. Let this settle into you now. Anything that needs to be forced, defended repeatedly, or begged into existence was never meant to stay. What is truly yours will not miss you. When the timing is right, it will arrive with grace, clarity, and divine confirmation. You are not waiting in vain. You are not late. What belongs to you is being carefully prepared, and when it comes, you will not have to question it. You will rest in it. Chapter 6 speaks to a truth your heart has carried quietly for a long time. Your worth was never unseen by God, even when it was overlooked by people. For too long, you stood among those who did not understand the magnitude of what was placed in their midst. They enjoyed your presence without comprehending your depth. They were drawn to your light, yet never learned how to guard it. They took from your well without ever considering how deep your waters truly were. And slowly, subtly, you began to question yourself. You wondered if your value was somehow hidden, if your sensitivity and sacredness were too much for the world around you. But hear this clearly now. Your worth was never the problem. Their capacity was. They did not have the vision, the maturity, or the reverence required to honor what you carry. You were a rare treasure entrusted to hands that did not know how to hold something precious. A sacred soul planted for a season in soil that could never sustain you long term. And yet, even through misunderstanding and mishandling, your light was never extinguished. It only taught you discernment. It taught you who has access to you and who does not. Those who failed to recognize your depth were never meant to steward it. And now, God is shifting you into spaces where your essence will be understood. He is sending someone whose eyes are trained to see beyond the surface. Someone who doesn't just admire your resilience, but understands the cost it took to become strong. Someone who doesn't simply praise your spirit, but treats it with honor. This soulmate will not overlook your brilliance. They will cherish the way you speak life into rooms, the way you show up consistently, the way you lead with compassion and love with intention. They will see you not only as a person, but as a vessel of divine purpose. They will notice what others missed. The prayers you whispered in private, the sacrifices you made without announcement, the way you carried others even when you were tired, the wisdom in your restraint, the fire that fuels your faith. They will recognize your beauty not just in form, but in integrity, in consistency, in conviction. You will never need to explain your worth to them. God will reveal it. Their spirit will recognize yours instantly. And when they arrive, they will not draw from you to feel whole. They will give, so your cup remains full. They will speak to the royalty within you naturally, not because you demand it, but because they see it. This love will not drain you. It will restore you. It will affirm what doubt tried to erode. It will heal places you didn't realize were still tender. It will remind you that you were never too much. You were simply too sacred for environments that didn't know how to handle holy things. This next chapter of your life will not be built on performance, proving, or pretense. It will be built on respect, timing, and deep spiritual awareness. You will feel safe, truly safe. You will feel seen without raising your voice, valued not for what you produce, but for who you are at your core. You will not need to shrink to fit into anyone's limitations. You will be free to rise, to expand, to become fully who you were always meant to be. This time, you will not hide your power to keep peace. You will not dilute yourself to feel chosen. This time, your light will not be treated like a burden. It will be recognized, protected, and honored as the divine gift it has always been. At this point, it might feel like everything has already come together, like the story has reached its resolution. But what comes next isn't the ending, it's the turning point. Chapter 7 doesn't arrive gently. It arrives at the exact moment your old season can no longer survive. Some of you are hearing this while something in your life is quietly collapsing, and that collapse is not punishment, it's clearance. What's coming cannot fit into the life you were living yesterday. There were nights when the weight in your chest came from prayers that seemed to echo back in silence. Moments when you spoke softly into the dark and wondered if you were truly heard. What you longed for was never shallow. You weren't searching for attention or fantasy. You were asking for alignment. You weren't demanding perfection. You were asking for truth, a connection where your spirit could finally rest. A love that felt safe, familiar, and sacred all at once, like home touched by heaven. You asked for someone who wouldn't simply appear and disappear, but who would choose to build, to grow, to heal alongside you. Someone who could see beyond your presence and recognize your purpose. Someone unafraid of your depth, willing to enter it with reverence instead of fear. And now, what once lived only in prayer is beginning to take form. Heaven heard every word. Heaven responded. You are stepping into a season where longing turns into lived experience, where patience gives way to fulfillment, where the healing you did in private begins to shape harmony around you. This isn't just about receiving a person, it's about receiving confirmation. God is preparing to place someone in your life who reflects what was promised, not through words alone, but through consistency, honor, and presence. They won't arrive with mixed signals or emotional games. They won't reopen wounds you fought hard to close. They will come with clarity, with respect, with a grounded energy that speaks before they do. Their actions will align with their words. Their love will be evident in quiet moments and in shared laughter. Their presence will feel intentional, as if it's saying without sound, "I was sent." And they will not come empty-handed. What they bring is more than romance. They bring vision that aligns with yours, direction that strengthens your path, and covering that supports your growth. They arrive ready to move forward, ready to build, ready to walk with you into the fullness of who God designed you to become. The nights that once felt empty are giving way to days filled with purpose. The season of sowing is turning into a season of harvest. You are about to enter spaces you once only imagined. You are about to love and be loved without bracing for loss. You are about to experience partnership that reflects heaven's order. And yet, there is an invitation here, not to strive, but to prepare inwardly, to soften your heart, to clear space, to gently release old attachments, outdated soul ties, and beliefs that no longer fit who you are now. Not to make yourself worthy, but to make room. What is coming carries weight, and it requires capacity. This is not just restoration, it is elevation. This is the answer to your prayer taking shape in real time. This is promise becoming tangible. This is love as God intended, sacred, healing, and supported by heaven. So remain open, remain receptive, remain aligned. What you once hoped for is no longer distant. It is approaching with intention, carrying purpose, and already knowing your name. Your season of walking alone is ending. Your prayers are not forgotten. Your steps are being guided. And your heart is about to encounter a depth of love and stability that could only be divinely arranged. This is not just the arrival of a soulmate. This is the arrival of a destiny partner, someone sent to walk with you into the next chapter of your life. The waiting shaped you, the healing prepared you, and now heaven is responding. This union will feel like returning to a place you didn't realize you were missing. The peace, the timing, the connection will all quietly confirm what your spirit already knows. This was always the plan. The movement has begun. Doors once sealed are opening with ease. What felt delayed is accelerating. What was still is beginning to move. And the love entering your life will not only comfort you, it will awaken you. This is your season of harvest. Not just of companionship, but of covenant. You are stepping into a partnership rooted in purpose, alignment, and divine support. You are not being completed because you were lacking. You are being joined because your assignment was never meant to be carried alone. You will recognize them by the peace they bring, by the way your soul finally exhales. This isn't just divine timing unfolding. It's the moment your old life quietly steps aside to make room for what was always meant to find you.